Hey guys, back at it again, and this time I'm going to talk about another Jada Pinkett Smith story, and it's about this famous group from the early 90s called Kris Kross. You have two guys. They had a famous song called Jump Jump. It was a worldwide hit. It's a classic, and the story is that Jada had an entanglement with the group member Chris Kelly, who was like 15 years old at the time. Now, this is interesting, and why this is interesting is because it showed that Jada had this entanglement propensity. It was alive and kicking even then. So it wouldn't be surprised by her current marital issues with Will. I think again she kind of essentially beta whipped Will into this, warmed down over the years over this type of stuff. I think she's a woman that, she likes to have her fun on the side. Let's be honest, she does. Now, people will say, hey, he's 15 years old. Well, most 15-year-olds won't deny, they won't push back from having hooking up with an older woman. Let's be frank, there's a lot of testosterone at that phase of your life, and it's kicking, is going crazy for the opposite gender, so it's natural. But Jada should know and do better. She was 22 at the time, so there's pretty much no excuse here. For people who are all for women here, come on, call a speed. It was wrong here. Another interesting observation here is that the public court of opinions from folks such as the femme movement, speaking code here, Me Too, the cancel culture, and a bit from the black, but not a lot. You don't hear a lot. What you get instead? It's crickets. That's right, you got nothing, nada. Yes, and if a guy turns left or right and does anything slightly inappropriate towards a woman, he's quickly branded someone that's misogynistic and committed sexual assault. It's ridiculous. And going further, another thing is people will say, hey, it's alleged. Well, you have a lot of men, a growing list at that it's alleged by, but yet still the ramifications are different. Let's look at some guys like Tony Robbins, Luke Walton, Matt Lawyer, AJ Calloway, Chris Brown, Brett Kavanaugh, Ryan Seacrest. Sexual assault accusations have no bearing on skin color. And if I believe, as a guy, typically men are the perpetrators of sexual deviance, and you should be punished fairly as dictated by the law. But it's just a sad state that men have to endure this stain of false accusations throughout the rest of their living life for things that is just, let's be frank, not fair. On top of it, I think in these modern times where equality is a major subject, the gender war battle keeps going on, I've come to realize equality does not exist in its purest sense. I do understand and believe that women should have an equal measure of rights. I do understand the changes women fight for an equal pay, which has already been debunked in these modern times, because women are always getting up there. They're outpacing men in that regard to a certain extent. The equality in relationships and so forth. I understand that, but it's beginning to show that it's just selective. What do I mean? There is a gender disparity in the sentencing of sex offense in the US alone. And for whatever reason, women tend to get lighter sentences. That's a fact. Here are two stories here. Here are two examples. You have Susan Dursma, who had sex with a 15-year-old minor in 2014. Was given only 60 days in jail for felony abuse after initially facing 3 counts of corrupting a minor. And she doesn't have to register as a sex offender. And then in 2015, you have former Mandan school teacher Amanda Koloski plead guilty to having sex with a 17-year-old student. Her sentence? A 1-year suspended sentence, 2 years of probation, and she doesn't have to register as a sex offender. Now, let's be frank here. Let's cut the foolishness here. If this was a male, these of the charges would be far greater. I can tell you for one, almost equivocally, this guy would have to register as a sex offender. I'm telling you that. Now, I'm not saying that it's a system fair. Life isn't fair, guys. But you gotta call a spade a spade. You can't literally say to me, hey, we're fighting for equality. We're a country that believes in the rights of everyone. We're fair. Well, yes, sir, this keeps happening. You know, this idea of equality is just, to me, rubbish. And again, I know life isn't fair for the most part. I mean, what may be fair for another may not be fair for another, but you know, we need to put things in its right socket here and make it that, you know, men feel as if they have rights too. I'm not saying women should not fight and have rights, but I get the impression right here, like Jada's story, that it's just ridiculous that she's just moving along as if, oh, it's going to blow over. Hey, it's crazy, but that's my 2 cents on this story. So guys, please share, like, and subscribe. Until then, bless.